Hi, welcome. Justine Flower here. Negative thinking is something that we all have. And it's estimated that during the course of the day, we have between 70,000 and 80,000 thoughts in a day. And I read somewhere that about 90% of them are negative. So what are we going to do about negative thoughts? Because they seem to just follow you around wherever you go. So there is something that you can do if you're getting stuck in negative thinking, and you can utilize this negative thinking to benefit yourself. There is a way that we can benefit from this. And just think, really? Yes, really, you can. So for me, negative thinking is usually trying to show me something. It's trying to help me learn how to develop some skill or something in my life. It's really easy for us to just dismiss negative thinking or even repress it by thinking, changing our state into a happy state or a different state so that we ignore the negative thinking. But if that negative thinking is causing you to feel uncomfortable, it's trying to show you something. It's trying to help you see something to make your life better. And sometimes we have to push through some of the pain of this negative thinking without ignoring it, without dismissing it, without trying to change it, and see what it is life is showing us, how we should work through that to become a stronger and better person, to know ourselves better. Now, if this is something that you experience, you probably want to have a look at what are those negative thoughts that keep coming back. What are those repetitive things that are happening over and over again? Because the first part in being able to work out or see what it is our negative thinking is trying to show us is to actually become aware of those thoughts. And for some of us, we're not even aware of some of our negative thinking. Granted, sometimes there is negative thinking that we are highly aware of, but there's some things that we don't even notice, we don't even hear in our thinking, but are there on a repetitive basis. And it may be that you have negative thoughts that are so frequent that you don't even notice that they're there. So going back then, the first stage in being able to deal with negative thinking is to actually work out what negative thinking you're having. What are you thinking on a regular basis? How is that making you feel? And what is it what feelings those negative thoughts are creating on a regular basis? Because just being aware of those is the first step that you need to be able to overcome that barrier, that thing that you're unhappy with. And once you realize what that is, once you understand that area which you're getting a blockage, and that might be in different areas in your life. You might be happy in your personal life, but you're having blockages at work, or vice versa, or you're having difficulties with your relationships or your health, or there's different areas that you might find that your negative thinking is stuck in. And that's the place where normally you need to focus on. So once you become aware of what your negative thinking is and how it's repeating, how it's coming back to you, whether it's something that you're highly aware of when it shows up, or whether it's something that you've just realised is in the back of your mind constantly niggling at you, you then need to look at that and be open and honest. Now, the thing about being open and honest is, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable. But that's okay. It's okay being uncomfortable some of the time. And once you open up to why those negative thinking, it keeps coming back over and over again, you can then look to what it is you can do. What can you learn? What can you change? How can you move forward from this? But until you have A, the awareness, B, highlight to yourself what it is, and C, be open to what that is trying to teach you, what you're trying to find from it, what life is trying to help you learn, then there isn't a way forward. And sometimes, yes, you do need a teacher to help you with this, and other times it will just come naturally. You know, for me, I've had massive breakthroughs just by noticing, just by being aware, but I've also had massive breakthroughs because as a coach, I value coaching. I can see the benefits in it, and I have a coach myself. And sometimes the breakthroughs that I have only happen when I'm working with my coach. But ultimately, it's being aware. That's your first step. Being aware, being honest about what those negative thoughts are pointing at and how it's making you feel. And then you need to be able to open yourself up to what the lesson is that you need to learn. What could it possibly be? And this might be a bit of trial and error if you're working on your own. You know, sometimes you have to work through things, but you will see benefit on the other side from doing this. Because most people don't see benefit from not doing anything. You know, most people don't see benefit from doing the same thing over and over again. You know, if it didn't work the first time, how likely is it to work the second, third, fourth, fifth time, just doing the same thing? It's possibly not. So now you need to look at a different approach, an approach which is going to, yeah, it may be uncomfortable for a while. Once you push through that uncomfortable feeling, you'll be able to live in a happier feeling, a more contented feeling more of the time. So if you have any questions about this video, please put them in the comments box below. I'd really appreciate that. And for now, thank you for spending some time with me. With love from my heart to your heart, I hope to see you soon.